We're going to go back to when you were a little one yourself. How did your parents introduce volunteerism to you as a child?
So for me, thankfully, the school that my parents enrolled me in, they had a very good foundation about community service and volunteering time for others. And that's really where I got my start. And what's really encouraging is that a lot of schools tend to do that still, where volunteering, community service hours is a very big part of just the DNA of a lot of schools. And that was the case for me. So we would do things from making cards, thinking about veterans, thinking about those that are in shelters. And then as I continued in middle school and high school, I was able to actually go to these locations, whether they were trips or they were facilitated by teachers, and able to kind of see the needs of the community. And then once I got into college, it just kind of became a part of what I did on my own. So thankfully for schools, great teachers, great influencers and mentors in my life, I was able to really see outside of just my home or my school or just my circle. And I was able to see that there was greater needs in the community, which of course definitely helped the trajectory of where I went professionally in being in volunteer engagement and working with the community, and obviously being a part of an organization that truly focuses on community needs.
What makes volunteering important to you, Cindy?
So I would say for me, it's definitely looking at outside of, again, just my circle, just my own world, things that consume my everyday, and being able to hear other people's stories, being able to hear about other people's needs, and then just finding joy in being able to serve in any capacity to fulfill those needs or to bring a smile on someone's face, or just to be able to help support whatever that family or that individual is going through. That's definitely what makes me go back again and again and again, and just to really feel that, because, you know, what I heard from an incredible mentor in my life is when you volunteer, you actually get so much more back than what you give.
How do you plan as a mama of two to teach your little ones about volunteerism and why volunteering is important?
Absolutely. So, of course, they're little right now. So, right now, what we could do is just the little simple things that really communicates a larger message. So, for me to bring my child on site somewhere, they might not understand what's going on and why they're there. I think there's value in that, but there's also value in doing things like making cards for neighbors, or while you're gardening, which we were able to do, bringing some, you know, fresh cut flowers on doorsteps of neighbors. So we knock, and then we see the little ones like run away, and they're so excited. So that way when the neighbor opens the door, it's like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. And, you know, that right there to a child communicates that I just did something for somebody else and I made them happy, or I brought them joy, or that excitement, that thrill of like, oh, I did something for somebody else. And as small as that might be, like cutting flowers and bringing them to a neighbor's house, or while we're baking, saying, we're going to add a little bit more so we can bring them over to, you know, so-and-so's house because they just got out of the hospital and they might need this. Like being able to bring, you know, that feeling of caring and kindness and thinking of others and that thoughtfulness, even just using things like pictures and, again, you know, bringing flowers or baked goods. Those are things that kids remember of, you know what, this might be something nice to do.
You mentioned a variety of things that you guys have done as a family, but what would you say right now is your number one favorite way that you guys are volunteering?
I would say my son has really gotten into drawing pictures because just his creativity, and especially being at home, we've got a lot of time. So we have been able to help him draw some of these pictures, write his name on them, and then think about who he wants to give those pictures to, those hand-drawn pictures to. And that's just a way for us just to kind of get something that he creates and he does himself, which he puts effort in to give to others. And that's really a component of volunteerism, right? You're going out of your way to go and serve someone else with your time, your gifts, your talents, in order for you to be able to give back to someone who's in need or who needs that boost of encouragement or just feeling like they're being seen.
Well, it sounds like the McGrath household is having lots of fun these days.
Yes.
And enjoying getting to do some nice things for the people around you. So thank you so much again for spending some time with us today. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you and all that you're doing. Appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Cindy.
Thank you.